Go on, Tim. Look at that! What?
Hello everyone. Today we are back at the unit after the rally sprint. It's been about a week since we've been back down here, and we are just getting on with, well, I'm just getting on with getting the exhaust off of the car because it's blowing and there's a middle section that we don't need. And I'm going to be taking the sump off because the sump plug is broken. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but the sump plug's broken, it's rounded, it's not tightening up properly. And we don't want that because we need oil in the car, surprisingly. So I'm just draining the oil, as you can see. There's a load of raw purple in there. And then I'm going to drop the sump off. Put this lovely new sump, new but old, off of the other C2, which I took off, I think, just before I went to Pembrey, and swap it across. Hopefully it'll be all right. And as I was saying about the exhaust, you can see under here, there's that middle section. I think you can see it somewhere. I can't. There. Which way? Yeah, there. Somewhere there. You can see there's a middle section, which I want to take off and hopefully stop it from being pulled off and creating a blow every time I drive over the ramp. As you might notice, the car isn't on the ramp right now, but that's because the ramp broke when I tried to drive it off and it got caught and it pulled the unit over and basically broke the ramp. So unfortunately that is done for now. I've got a part coming, so I'm going to try and fix that in the next couple of days. As soon as it shows up, I'm going to fix that part. You can see that's the broken part called a capacitor. It does something that I don't even understand what, but it looks broken, so I'm replacing it. Right, so where we're at now is I've taken the manifold off and basically the whole exhaust system. I've got a new manifold which we're not going to use yet, but we're going to use the manifold off the black and red car and stick it on this one. You can see as it is off there. I had to replace a couple of the studs because one broke and a couple of them come out. So we stuck new studs. We've got all new bolts and washers for the manifold to go on. And as you might have seen previously, I just said about how I'm getting rid of the middle section of the exhaust. I'm just going to have a straight through and not have that middle muffler type thing. As you can see over here, we've got the new exhaust. Jano's just bolting it up with the old cat, ready to go. And then we're going to stick that on. We're still where we're at, well, where we was at with top mounts. We haven't sorted that yet, but Danny's here tomorrow. We're going to stick the solid metal top mounts on, drop it down and just see how it goes. You know, we haven't actually fitted them and driven it on these metal top mounts with the problems we think we have. Maybe they're not a problem. Maybe it's just us being over analytical. Is that a word? Analytical? Yes, well, maybe we're thinking into it too much and maybe it isn't actually a problem. So we're just gonna put them on, try them out, see what it's like. Yeah, so that's where we're at for now. Yeah, button up the car. You can see we've got our before lid and list over here. So I have done off camera the steering item gator. We're gonna get some new MRF stickers, hopefully. I've got a new air filter here, which is gonna go on. And fluids alignment, I've bought an alignment tool online, a laser one, which I'm really excited to use. It should be here tomorrow, the day after. Top mounts, obviously, manifold, which we're about to do, exhaust, which we're about to do. So it's heat matrix, kill switch, extinguisher pull, which is sorted. A few little jobs, nothing too big, just a little niggly bits. We have about 3 weeks until Lidden, 2 weeks until I'm out testing for Lidden, and quite a lot of jobs to do, but I think we've got a comfortable amount of time. We've also got some very exciting stuff, which I think we'll probably film for later in the week, which you guys will see. Bit more driving outside of the Rallycross Dome. Really, really excited to have some fun. Me and Jano are going to be out having a laugh, but yeah, that's where we're at. So, today we've got something very different and very exciting. I've waited a little while to show you guys and update you on what's the next development with SRXs, and you're going to see it today. So, at the minute, I've just pulled up at Skids, UK, Manston, and today we are going drifting. Jano, my brother, has bought a BMW 2.8 litre swapped E36 compact, and today, Jano and Reese and myself are all going to be driving because we've got one of these. So, yeah, I'm going to get to it.
Go on, Tim. Look at that! What?
So that was wicked. We had a wicked day drifting. That was the day before yesterday now. So this is actually Monday, the day you'll be seeing this video, because I've left it very thin and I'm smashing this all out at once. But we've got a beautiful, lovely day today, and it's finally about time to show you guys the car we was actually drifting yesterday. The new Shepherd RX's BMW E36. It's the compact version, so almost like the hatchback. It's actually purple, which is perfect. It matches, you know, the whole stilo of our Enterprise we've got going. It has got something a little bit special under the bonnet. It's actually got a 2.8 litre naturally aspirated BMW engine in it. Does the job, very powerful, as you would have seen in the videos. It's a lot of fun. We had a wicked time on Saturday. We bought it already complete. The geezer before, he knew what he was on with these cars, and he done the engine swap himself. You can see you've got a couple of bucket seats inside, hydraulic handbrake, very short shifter, which I'm not used to. If you'll see, that is gear. That's actually back into another gear, but that's all it is. It is a lot of fun. Sounds good, looks good, drives pretty good. Put a strut brace in today, trying to stiffen up the rear end. It will give us something to wrap the harnesses off of, because for some tracks you need to have a harness around something to hold you in, like I do with the rallycross car. What we're doing today now is those little bits that I mentioned previously earlier on in this video that we need to finish off before we go for the test day at Lyddon. We're changing it so the heater matrix and the rear rain light doesn't run off of the battery directly. It needs to come off of the kill switch. When you turn the kill switch on, it kills all power to the car. Not everything bar those two things. So we're gonna have a little look at that. I bought a new rear view mirror. Actually really quite wicked. I'm really pleased about it. We're gonna stick that on up. We've got fluids and alignment and things like that we may get into, but we're going to see how far we get today, because as I previously said, I'm going to be filming, editing and uploading this video all today, so it's going to be a busy day. We've got the testers out. We've took the cable off, because this cable is what does this rain light and this heater matrix. I've got some very cheapy looking multimeter, and we are just trying to work out from wires like these which one may have an ignition wire that will work for running them off of. So we'll just stem it off of that, because that comes off the back of the kill switch. That's Leyland's terms. I'm not 100% sure on what I'm actually doing here, because normally Tom does this, but it can't be that hard if Tom does it. Yeah, so we're just going to run it off of these cables and keep going until we can find one that gives us a reading. So basically what we've worked out is that this end cable on there gives us a reading on that multimeter of 11.5 volts, which is about right. So if you follow that across, that cable is running off of ignition. You don't need to press any other buttons for that to be live, which means it would be a perfect cable to run this off of. So basically all we've got to do is connect this to that, and we've just solved that issue already. So we have finished the kill switch and heater matrix part, and also fitted the rear view mirror. If you would like to see here, when the kill switch is on, that starts the fan, which I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, and that should start the light around the back. So the rain light's now working, which obviously that was the case before, but now when you switch this off, kills the fan, kills the rain light as well. So that's pretty successful. I'm gonna screw the battery box back down, make sure that's a nice proper fit. Oh, and here's the rear view mirror, which is massive. You can see so much more through it. The previous one is over here. It's pretty magnified actually. You can't see a great deal in it. Pretty small, and it's enhanced. Whereas this one, to give you an idea, I'll get in the car. You can see loads, plenty through that. You can even see through the rear windows, the rear side windows, and see all of through the back. So that's very handy. That should be quite helpful, seeing what's going on behind me, and being able to drive a little bit more defensively when I need to. So that's a bonus. Also, another big benefit of no longer having this rear view mirror and having one that seems to be secured a bit more sturdily in place is that it will no longer fall down, because this mirror loved to fall off mid-race and leave me in a panic, sometimes trying to catch it. Yeah, so that's a bonus. I'm happy that that will no longer be happening. So that's a nice little upgrade, nice cheap, easy little upgrade to do when I wanted to go back to racing. But now, moving forward, I'm going to do gear linkage, because the gear linkage that's on this, as you can see here, is slightly bent, and it always has been since we put it on, because the first one we bent when we went around the unit, straightened it out, put a new one on that I broke in Pembrey. So then we went back to the bent one, but I've taken one off of the red donor car that I can now put on this car as a good, clean example with no issues, because this one still is a bit stiff and awkward to move around. I have started looking at short shift kits, or like a short shift adapter, which you are allowed in a production spec, but I'm unsure if I'm going to bother. It's just after driving that BMW, it feels like such a great difference. So I'm going to probably start by getting this gear linkage off and changing it over. Basically, we have put the gear linkage back on. We swapped it over with a new one. New gear linkage is on, and I took it for a little test drive to see what it was like. It's all right. It's just sloppy, loose. It's a lot of throw of it around, you know, there's a lot of movement between gears, but I think that just feels amplified because of me previously being in that BMW, which is literally like a millimetre between gears. So I think that's just me being a little bit dramatic at the minute, so I'm going to leave it. I think it's quite expensive for a short shift kit, so I'm not going to endeavour into buying one of those just at the moment. You might be wondering why it is still outside. The reason it's still outside is because I'm just trying to run out of petrol. I've left this car running for about 6 hours now over the course of this weekend, and the whole time the fuel gauge has been empty. And it's still not run out of fuel. I'm kind of run out of ideas now. When I'm getting impatient, I just want it to eventually and run out. But it's not. So yeah, I'm giving it another couple of hours and hopefully that will work. Until that does work, what I'm going to do next, I am unsure, to be honest. I have got things I can do. Probably going to have a little look at the alignment, but I think that's the video for another day. I will probably actually do the alignment within the week next week. So like I previously said, today is Monday, bank holiday, hence why I'm having the time to film and edit and upload all in one day. So the plan is throughout this week, obviously tomorrow being Tuesday, then till Friday I want to get this car sorted and ready, doing things like the alignment and the fluids, and probably check the exhaust to see if it's blowing. I don't think any of you have heard yet what it sounds like now. It's got the middle section gone, but you will hear now. That is what it sounds like. Yeah, I think it sounds a little bit better. I don't know if you'll tell the difference, but I definitely can. It's definitely a little bit louder, but I'm still going to have a little look underneath it before we go to the test day, just to see if I can see any blows in the exhaust, because I just about managed to stop it, but it was a little bit temperamental and it might start again. But yeah, so this week should be a busy week. I'm going to get hopefully lots done, hopefully a little bit of vanity work as well, try and make the car look a little bit better in time for the home round. But it doesn't matter if I don't get it done for Saturday, because we've got a week after that. So I think with that I shall be checking out, and I shall see you guys on the next video.